Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to dive into a topic that affects all of us at some point in our lives. The most feared thing in our society today, the fear of being judged and rejected. Whether at school, at work, or in our personal lives, this fear can hold us back from living our best life, but it doesn't have to. So why do we fear this? Back in the day, being part of a group was essential for survival. So the fear of being rejected by others is deeply rooted in our psychology. But today this fear shows up in ways that are not so helpful. We might avoid speaking up, trying new things, or even being our true selves because we are afraid of what others might think. This fear leads to missed opportunities. Imagine you are at a party and you see someone you would love to talk to, but you don't approach them because you are afraid. You are worried about being judged. Or maybe you have a great idea at work, but you keep it to yourself because you are scared. Over time, this can make us feel stuck and unfulfilled. And if you become a slave to this fear, it eats at your mind, tears you apart. It might leave you sick to your stomach. Sick mentally and physically. I can think of so many things to be afraid of. In my life, mostly anything that will cause me bodily harm or damage my possessions. But then there is that fear of where I lose my freedom to express myself safely or be who I feel I am inside and out. Feel inspired to be something else. Judgment is one of those things that take away your freedom and may prevent you from enjoying life. We all want to express ourselves and be inspired by others or ideas that drive us to become something we deem special, exciting, cool, or inspiring to others. But often we fall into a trap, this trap in our minds. This becomes a form of self-manipulation, putting into your mind that you must be a certain way to please others or else fall victim to a social status, to not be the weak link. Everyone seeks the weakness in order to lower other people's worth, to boost their own status, their own ego. If you are caught being weak, they will shame you, bully you, and make your life hard. And once you are down, it will be increasingly hard to gain respect, praise, opportunities for success, love, affection, and so on. With so many other things we are afraid of, why has this become so dominant today? Well, it's because of social media. You see, for a long part of our history, people socialized outside of their home, out in the streets, malls, and many types of hangouts. But today, that is mostly gone. People are locked into their cell phones or computers and are now connecting to each other online. Our entertainment comes from those devices, and the same for interacting with others. We see everyone walking on the streets with their heads down looking at their cell phones. Heck, I have even gotten text messages from people in my own home who were just in the next room. We don't even take small efforts to see each other with our own eyes anymore. With so many platforms to choose from, we can project whatever image we would like others to see of yourself. Make whatever comments you want. You can feel shielded one moment, say anything without consequences, or feel petrified of what you posted in fear of what consequences will come. So you have to deal with this stress constantly, from the moment you wake up in the morning until the time you go to sleep. And that's if you can go to sleep. That kind of attitude stops us from what the true reality of your being is. It stops you from being the person you feel you are inspired to be. We dress like everyone else, and we better say the right things that the majority agree with, who, by the way, are also playing it safe. Their opinions are only a reflection of what is deemed socially safe, And we are constantly struggling to keep ourselves in control of what we think is the best way to be in order to not be a victim. So what about rejection? That awful feeling you get when someone rejects you can be so painful. It challenges your self-worth and creates doubt in your mind, destroys your confidence. It can also create confusion. After all, you might think that you are not that bad, or at the very least that you are okay at whatever it is that you thought you were being rejected for. And now you have to rethink your position, your status, your worth, and find the energy to build on that so that you don't get rejected again. And that can cause you to give up, feel defeated, and worthless. Let's take a moment to see what happens when we take full control of the sense of being judged and how it plays into gaining power over rejection. Reject rejection, I say. Not be destroyed by the judgment of those who seek to only benefit their own interest, and how, in the end, what they think doesn't hold any value if it's only meant to destroy. Rethink how we think of judgment and rejection. What is the worst thing that can happen? Often, it is not as bad as you think it is, especially when you act with confidence. It changes how people perceive you. The weakness is just not there. Begin to think how your worth has nothing to do with how other people say your worth is. Know yourself and what contributions you make to constructive actions and behaviors in your life. Ones that fit your view of life and what is best for your enjoyment, not others. And secondly, be open to being judged. Become aware of your vulnerabilities. In fact, it's not a weakness at all. It is a great source of strength. When we are open, we connect deeply with others. Being open to judgment and rejection also opens up being accepted by others and having a more positive connection with them. Unfortunately, being destructive is an action that this world is far too used to doing. And being constructive is something that we all ought to practice at. We all ought to get better at. Remember, when you are judging others, do so with grace, not mockery. Be the light, be the greatest light of this world in the way you feel is a great light. And until next time, enjoy life. Take care, and I wish you well.